Welcome to Mortgage Minutes, where we demystify the loan process for you. I'm your host, Austin Baker, along with my co-host, Jonathan Barr.
What's up?
Woo! Woo! All right, so what mystery are we demystifying for the people today?
What's up, Pete? So today, Austin, we're going to be talking about the difference between a broker, a banker, and a lender, and which one are we, and why you should be working with us.
Exactly. So we get this question all the time,
Yep.
and it's a really good question. So we're going to break that down. Essentially, Jonathan, when we're talking about brokers and banks, we'll just focus on them first. There's two buckets that we're looking at. We're looking at control and we're looking at options. So who's got control of the loan all the way through, and then price, closing costs, all of those options. What are in loan programs themselves? Who's got the right program? So just to jump straight into it, let's talk about the bank first. What's the bank have?
So the banks have control. You know, the banks control the underwriting, they control everything, but they might be limited in their programs. They might not be the best rate, but they have a lot of control.
Yeah, they've got control. So you walk in, boom, they're going to take care of you start to finish. You're not getting handed off to a different organization or something.
Might take a little while.
Might take a little while. They're not known for being speedy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the brokers, what are the brokers up to? What are these guys doing?
Well, like we said earlier, you might have personal checking at Wells. You walk in, they offer a rate. But if you would have walked in to Chase, maybe Chase had a better rate. So that's where the broker steps in and ensures that they shop around and be like, I got you the best rate. And so that's where the broker really helps out by finding those options.
Problem, though, with the broker is they then hand your loan off to the bank that's going to be doing the loan.
Exactly.
And so they have no control in processing and underwriting. What both of these things create is they create one big problem, and that is an underwriting problem. And so in the event that you're with a bank, if that bank can't get your deal done, you're just dead in the water with that bank.
Yeah, you got to start all over.
You've got to start all over. And so that's partly where lenders came into the picture. Kind of late 90s, early 2000s, the lenders, which is what we are, noticed that there was a dichotomy here. There's a group that was able to shop around and help you find your options. And then there was another group that had good control. Wouldn't it be nice if you could have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah, so the way I think about a mortgage lender is that we have the huge advantages of a broker and the huge advantages of a bank, but we don't have neither of the disadvantages that they share.
Yep. And so what the lenders are able to do is they come in, they go, okay, we're going to do the processing, we're going to do the underwriting, we're going to do the closing and the funding of the loan.
Everything in-house.
We're going to do it all. And so the lenders start doing the business. And then the banks start seeing how the lenders are doing their business. And they're like, hey, you guys are really good at doing mortgages. Why don't we just give you what we call delegated underwriting authority? So what does that mean, Jonathan?
So it essentially means that anytime we do a loan, we're doing it according to an investor or a different bank's guidelines. And once the loan's closed and funded, they might purchase it from network funding. They don't even have to look at it and be like, hey, we know this was done according to the way we underwrite loans, and you're able to do this a lot better than we are.
Yep. So what happened for network funding is we start going, we get it started back in the 90s. Now we've worked up to where we've got about 35 different investors that are big banks, regional banks, national banks, private companies that are giving us their loan programs and their pricing and their underwriting guidelines, and we're doing that. And so what that does is that gives us options, but then we're also controlling it. And so it's literally the best of both worlds. And I tell people, if you're not going to work with us, at least work with another mortgage lender. Do yourself a favor, save yourself the headache, the heartache, the time. My goodness.
That's right. So now you know you should be working with the mortgage lender. You should be working with Austin and I. But how do we differentiate ourselves amongst the other mortgage lenders, the other private lenders out there? The easy answer to that is the 10-day close.
What?
10-day close!
10-day closings?
So
yes, you too can apply in 10 minutes and close in 10 days.
That's right. So that's one of our sayings around here.
It is one of our sayings.
And we want to get you home in 10 days, and we're able to do that because of the way network funding was built and created. So let's break that saying down, Austin. Apply in 10 minutes, close in 10 days.
Yes. So network funding's got this 10-day closing program. We'll get to that in a second. But first, applying in 10 minutes. I tell people all the time, you don't need a rocket to buy a house. It's not rocket science. our application is simple. It really is. It's called Simple. And it's called Simple for a reason.
That's right.
Because it is easy and it automates all this stuff. And so Network Funding has incredible technology. We've got the best tech in the mortgage industry. It's awesome. Our clients will tell you about it. Our
props
partners
on it all the time. Yeah.
The tech is huge. And right now in this day and age, technology can make or break your entire customer experience. If you've got good tech and good client portal, all that stuff makes a huge difference. So Network Funding brings that to the table.
Yeah, so we got you done in 10 minutes. How we close them in 10 days?
Closing in 10 days. Network Funding was built on operations. And so when the founders of our company set out to create this company, they said they always wanted to be about turn times, processing turn times, underwriting turn times, closing turn times.
Yeah.
And so we staff accordingly. We've got a great staff, a sizable staff, and a well-trained staff that gets the job done, gets it done as fast as you possibly can. And so that's how our company was able to roll this out and be able to guarantee, if you fit this program, we can get it done in as little as 10 business days. So
that's beautiful.
More info on that on our website. We've got another video about that.
Yeah, we have a whole 10-day page, info, videos, tons of stuff. But that's what separates us from everybody else is we invest in our software, we invest in our people so that you, the borrower, have the best experience possible. And so if you want to try to close in 10 days, you need to go ahead and apply and give it a try.
Give us a shout. We'll see you around. Adios.